Good evening. Welcome to Reach for the Top on CKX Television. Tonight it's Glenborough going against Deloraine in another exciting match.
Reach for the Top is brought to you by KTEL International.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's game. It's game 11 in round 1. Judging tonight's contest is John Fotheringham. Our scorekeeper is Gene Egan, and let's get things going in this game with Quizmaster Ron Thompson.
Yes, thank you very much, Ken, and a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Two very hot supporters of Reach for the Top playing tonight. We have the team from Reston and, of course, the team from Deloraine, and they've been knocking around Reach for the Top for a long time. Should be a very interesting, exciting game. We get underway with a This Week in History question. It's open to any member of either team. 10 points for each correct answer on money matters. Oh, I love it. Canadian bills have an engraved portrait on one side, a Canadian seen on the other. Whose portrait is found on the following bills? Okay. Okay, anxious, Grant. Let's try this one, the $20 bill. Okay, Steve.
The Queen, Elizabeth.
Okay, $10 bill. Steve.
McDonald.
5. Mark.
Tupper.
No. Stephen.
Laurier.
Right. $1. Stephen again.
Queen Elizabeth.
Right on for 10 points.
Welcome to Reach for the Top. Here's Debbie Dillable, Stephen Morrison, Grant Bell, and Scott Day from Deloraine Collegiate. Well, here we are with another very big game. As a matter of fact, this is the big game.
Citizens of the 13 colonies who immigrated to the provinces of Britain following the American Revolution were, up until 1873, called United Empire Loyalists. But what more suitable name was applied to those who arrived after 1873? What do they call them, Scott?
The late Queen's followers.
No, that's not right. What did they call them, Brad?
Members of the British Empire.
You were close, Scott. Late Loyalists is what they call them. It has been estimated. Now we're off to London, England for this question. Completed in 1843 in Trafalgar Square, this monument guarded, Scott.
Nelson's monument.
That's correct. Absolutely right. Good question. Good luck with this. Scramble for 45 points. What football team plays its home games in East Rutherford? Yes, Grant.
New York Giants.
Absolutely. East Rutherford, New Jersey. Good for you. Second part of this now for Deloraine. This question is about various other giants. I was born in a small Dutch village as a teenager in the mid-19th century. I was sent to The Hague to work in my grant.
Van Gogh?
Absolutely. Van Gogh is right. 40 points for Deloraine. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's go to this question. This has to do with Saskatchewan, our neighboring province. The first trading posts on the Saskatchewan River were established in the 1740s by two French-Canadian fur trappers. Yes, Scott.
La Vérendrye?
You have them both, yes. What was the name of the first permanent settlement in the Saskatchewan region, founded by Samuel Hearn, Scott?
Fort Assiniboia.
The city of Regina was made the capital of a Brad.
Parlabone.
No, it was made the capital of a territorial district of the Northwest Territories comprising most of southern Saskatchewan. Its name, Scott?
Assiniboia.
Absolutely. Assiniboia is right. Here's another scramble question. It's worth 45 points. Here are the first 5. What term is given to a generally nebulous celestial body of small mass, Grant?
Galaxy?
No. Small mass revolving around the sun. Its appearance and brightness vary markedly with the distance from the sun. What is it, Brad?
Comet.
You have the second part of this question. Here's the scramble for the first 5 of them. What is the common name for a stream of visible radiant energy which travels freely, Stephen?
Light.
Absolutely. All right, try the second part of this, Deloraine. Yes. What does CETO stand for, Brad?
The Central European...
That will not do it, Grant.
Southeast Asia Treaty Organization.
You have it right. Which country presented the Statue of Liberty to the United States, Brad? That's right. What is the main color of Denmark's... Yes, go ahead, Grant.
Yellow.
The main color of Denmark's national flag, Brad?
White.
It is red. What is the oldest university? And yes, go ahead, Brad.
Yale.
What is the oldest university in Western Canada? Deloraine, Grant?
U of M.
That's correct. If someone was demonstrating his risible faculty, yes, Grant?
Speech arts.
No, risible faculty, what would he be doing? Risible, what does it mean? Only one answer, Brad?
Calligraphy.
It's laughing. Nitrogen and potassium are 2 of the 3 elements which form the basis of all fertilizers in common use. What is the third, Scott?
Phosphorus.
Yes. In Nordic legend, how many eyes did the god... Yes, try it, Brad.
1.
Yes, that was Odin. Jean Sibelius was which country's outstanding...
Finland.
Finland is right, yes. Name the rock group whose 1972 album Fragile contains the hit. Yes, Brad. Yes is right. What American humorist once said, the reports of my death, yes, Grant?
Mark Twain.
Are greatly exaggerated, that's right. Which river is harnessed by the Mica Dam? Which is that, Brad? Which river is the Deloraine, Scott?
The Columbia.
It is indeed, yes. What great Persian king ruled from 522? Who was that, Grant?
Darius?
Yes, correct, yes. Who was the inventor of the miner's... Who was that, Grant? Who was the inventor of the miner's safety lamp? Yours, John Taylor. The answer,
Smith.
Brad, it was Humphrey Davy. Give the name of the first of the 13 colonies to ratify the federal
Delaware.
Brad. It was Delaware, yes. Which country did... There's the bell. The game is over.
As a matter of fact, this is the big game for the provincial final. This is the provincial championship. Two very good teams. As a matter of fact, they're the best after a long season. Let's get things underway now with our quizmaster, Mr. Bill Guest.
You left me nothing to say. You
Good.
said it all. Thank you, Murray. That's it. Murray has set it all up for me. He didn't tell you that there are no second chances, but of course you know that, and only one team will come out on top in this half hour, and that team will be the Manitoba Championship team. Now, which will it be, Dauphin or Deloraine? While you try to decide, I'm going to introduce him. In what year did she gain fame for her nursing and field organizational skills, Grant?
1854.
Which war is that we're asking for, David, do you know?
Crimean War.
Did I ask for the year? Okay, sorry about that. I should have said war and not year. I beg your pardon. Because of her dedication and concern for the wounded, she was often seen late at night making the rounds, Scott.
She was called Lady of the Lamp.
That's what we were headed for, and you've got it, Scott. Good. Florence Nightingale was the first woman ever to be awarded one of Britain's highest honors. Brad?
The Royal Order of the Garter.
It was the O of M that she was awarded. The O of M. What does that represent, Stephen?
Order of Merit.
Absolutely. Prince is required to avenge the murder of his father, whose throne has been usurped by his brother. What are we talking about, Scott?
Hamlet.
Right. An ineffectual little man lives in a dream world in which he is a bold Scot.
Tom Thumb.
No, in the dream world, she portrayed, yes, and the character Jane Parker appears in a series of adventure stories. What are they, John?
Tarzan the Ape Man.
Right, absolutely. And the final, I beg your pardon, the final question talks about the novel Jane Eyre. That was written by one Scot.
Charlotte Bronte.
That is the answer to the question, yes. Now, who am I? This is worth 40 points. First clue. The son of the owner of a sporting goods store, I served during World War II as a radio man with the U.S. Navy Air Corps. Upon returning home, I entered Kenyon College in Ohio to study economics, but I discovered drama instead. Went for economics, found drama. Yes, David?
Burt Reynolds.
No, it isn't. Guess coming, Deloraine, Scott.
Paul Newman.
Absolutely. 40 points for that. Yes, Paul Newman is the answer. Good work, Scott Day, yes. Okay, here are some quotes now from governments. What's the distance, Scott?
200 miles.
200 miles is right on. There's the bell to the short snappers. This will take us down to the wire. 10 points for each of these. Here is the first. Who was the Canadian Prime Minister between 1930 and 35? Who was that, David?
Mackenzie King.
It wasn't. Who was the PM, Grant?
Bennett.
Bennett is right. In which city is the Golden Gate Bridge located, Grant?
San Francisco.
Yes. What is the name of the tower-like, elaborate, many-storied buildings found in the Orient? What do they call those, Grant?
Pagodas.
That's correct. For 10 points. Under the rule of which man did the Roman Republic become the Roman Empire? Yes, Grant?
Augustus.
That's right. What are the names of the two moons of Mars? What are they, Brad?
Sirius.
What are they? Do you say, Deloraine, Grant?
Phobos and Deimos.
You're right. Which of the Great Lakes has the highest elevation? Which, Grant?
Superior.
That's right. Which American president's 4-month term in office ended when he was shot? Grant?
Garfield.
That's correct. Diplopia, a disorder of what Ontario City is nicknamed the telephone city. Which is that, Grant?
Brantford.
It is Brantford. What is kept in the binnacle of a ship? The binnacle, Grant.
Ropes.
What is it, please? It's kept in the binnacle, John?
Cargo.
It is the compass. Comedy team created the series of road movies. Yes, Brad?
Bing Crosby and Bob Hope.
You've got them both. What kind of a creature is a serval? What is that, Grant?
Weasel.
It is not. What is a serval? David?
It's a dog.
It's a wild cat. In electronics, what do the letters LED represent? Do you know, Grant?
Lightning diode.
You've got it right, yes. Who composed the opera The Barber of Seville? Who was that, Brad?
It was Puccini.
Take it, please. Do you know what it is, Stephen?
Rossini.
Rossini's more like it. What is the name of the world's longest strait? It is? Grant.
Young Street.
It is not. Strait. Go ahead, David.
Strait of
It is
Dover.
the Strait of Malacca. Who was the Aztec emperor when Cortez...
Montezuma.
That is correct. What is the largest chartered bank in Canada, Grant?
Royal Bank.
You've got it. What Australian nurse became famous in the 30s? Yes, Grant?
Haven't a clue.
In the 30s for the most consecutive years, Joe.
Stroud.
Robert Stroud is right. You have points for that. Jean Palan, there's the bell to the short snappers. Try these. Here's the first one. What name is given to a hinged flat piece of wood or metal at the end of a boat or ship by which it's, yes, Steve?
Rudder.
It's the rudder that steers it, yes. What is the term for the English that is recognized as correct and standard in Britain? A term for English that is spoken.
Queen's English.
All right. Now, this is the next question for 10 points. Which Canadian comedian created the honorable member for kicking horse? Go ahead, Grant.
Dave Broadfoot.
Dave Broadfoot, yes. The deciphering of which slab of black basalt, what is it?
Rosetta Stone.
That's what it's called. In 1972 and 1974, who led the New Democratic Party in the... Go ahead, Grant.
Lewis.
Yes, in the national elections, David Lewis. The German invasion of which country in World War II? Go ahead, David.
Poland.
No, it had the code name Barbarossa. All right, what is it?
USSR.
It was the USSR. If an object is said to be ovoid, it's shaped what, Grant?
Ellipse.
Pardon? It's shaped like what if it's ovoid? That's the question. Misha.
It's shaped like an egg.
That's correct, yes. What are the first names of the 1960s vocal team, the Everly Brothers? What are they, Grant?
Don and Phil.
That's right. Which noted Spanish surrealist painter created such works, Grant?
Dali.
That's correct. How many amino acids are found in a protein? How many, Grant?
3.
Quiet, please. It's yours, Quebec. Anyone there? The answer is Kenny.
22.
20 is the answer. In which decade was the first Volkswagen built? Which was that, Grant?
1950s.
No, it was not. Which decade? Do you know, Kenny?
1940s.
1930s is the answer. George Raft turned down the role of Rick Blaine in the film Casablanca. Who, yes, Stephen.
Ingrid
Who
Bergman.
Who accepted the role? Misha?
Humphrey Bogart.
You're right with that. Who wrote the collection of poems entitled Sonnets from the Portuguese? Who was that, Grant? Try it, please, Quebec. It's yours. Anyone? Kenny?
Barrett.
No, it is Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Which noted American humorist said upon reading his own obituary, go ahead, Grant.
Stephen Leacock.
No, it wasn't. He said the reports of my death are exaggerated, Misha.
That's Mark Twain.
That's who it was. Which Czech-born tennis star lost only one professional Grant?
Lendl.
No, lost only one professional match during her 1983 season. Who was she? It's yours, Brian.
Martina Navratilova.
You've got it right. Name the last Saxon king of England. Who was that, Grant?
Harold II.
That's correct, yes. Which strait separates the Queen Charlotte Islands from mainland? What is
Hecate
that?
Strait.
You've got it. What Olympic event is run over a distance of approximately, David?
The marathon.
Yes, it is. Name the unit used to measure the relative loudness or intensity of sound. Grant.
Decibel.
That's what it is. What is the major monetary unit used in South Africa? What is it, Stephen?
Rand.
You've got it. The Great Sandy Desert is found on which is it?
Australia.
Yes. Which group won the 1982 Grammy Award?
Beatles.
Go ahead. Hey, hold it. Just a minute. The siren. Has the siren gone? Siren's gone. All right. Well, take it easy. It's time for us to take a pause. We'll be back with the official finale for this game right after we watch our teams dancing and eating.
The answer we wanted was apple. We now have a tie. And we're going over to Bill Guest for a tiebreaker.
Yes, thank you, Paul. And here it is, teams. Wait for this. From the root of what plant is tapioca made? Grant.
Cassava.
You have it right. Cassava is the answer. Yes, indeed. Well, that ends the game. Now, let's congratulate the Manitoba team. Congratulations, Bruce Poplin, Florence Perry, Grant Bell, Stephen Morrison, and your teacher advisor, George Calvo. Congratulations, Manitoba. Next, what painting is it? What painting is it? 40 points if you get it on the first clue. It's the work of a Canadian in an Art Nouveau style. Yes, Grant?
The Jack Pine.
The Jack Pine is right. Yes, 40 points for that. Good for you. Yes, indeed. We are finally a multiple choice this time. There are many kinds of owls in the world. Some are labeled screech. Go ahead, Grant.
Say, short-eared owl.
Yes, indeed, it is a short-eared owl. That was a guess, and you got it right. 3 classics. Are you ready for that? Here is the first one now. Who is this? Listen.
After all.
Who is it, Grant? Try it, please, Alberta. It's yours now. Yes. Who's the singer, Dave?
Tammy Wynette.
Tammy Wynette gets you your 10 points. That is right. Stand by your man, she was about to sing. Now, the man who sings this composition is Grant.
Johnny Cash.
You've got him. Johnny Cash. Day of the week did Christmas, 1983. Go ahead, Grant.
Saturday, Sunday.
Well, no, I won't do it. 1983. All right, go ahead, Peter.
Sunday.
It was Sunday. That's it, yes. For what is the word laser an acronym? Laser.
Light amplification by stimulated emission radiation.
You've got originally sing. Do you know, Grant?
Screams.
That's right. In which provincial capital would you find the statue of the Golden Boy? You got it, Grant?
Winnipeg.
Yes. The Storting is the natural parliament. Go ahead.
Norway.
That is where it is, in Norway, yes. Try this. What are Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands? Go ahead, Grant.
Draft horses.
No. What are they collectively known as, those countries?
The Benelux.
They are indeed. Which Canadian politician was given the nickname Fox Populi? Go ahead, Grant.
Laurier.
No, because of his cunning and his popularity. Fox Populi. Who was that? The one who once began?
Diefenbaker?
No, it was Sir John A. Macdonald. What was the name of the valuable racehorse that was abducted from an Irish stud farm? Who's that, Ambreen?
Shaker.
Didn't hear it.
Let's go.
All right, let's go Manitoba. Anyone there? The answer, Bruce.
Pleasant Colony?
The answer is Shergar. Shergar. What is the metric equivalent of 2.2 pounds? What is that, Stephen?
A kilogram.
That's exactly. Yes, most of Nova Scotia's Indian population belong to the... Go ahead, Grant. They belong to the Algonquian-speaking tribe, but what is its name? Anyone know, Ambreen?
Iroquois.
It is Micmac. Of which part of the body is the brain an extension? Do you know, Grant?
Neck.
Try it, please. Go ahead, New Brunswick. It's yours, Dale.
Spinal cord.
It is the spinal cord. There's the siren. The game is over. And the judges seem to think we have a winner with Manitoba 325. They'll declare the champions officially when they check the score.
It is official. The 1984 Reach for the Top national champions are from Deloraine Collegiate in the town of Deloraine, Manitoba. And now to the team from Deloraine who's put the town on the map for Canada. The winners of this year's 1984 championship, the students from Deloraine, Manitoba.